YouTube, this is Danielle Hayden with the Hayden Group and Keller Williams Ann Arbor, and we have the privilege of interviewing today Amy Cattell.
Hi there. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So Amy is an interior designer and stager here in the Ann Arbor, Michigan area. We've used her with our clients. She offers an array of services, and we're going to get into what is staging, why does it matter, and what is it like for the consumer to experience it.
Right.
Sound good?
Right. Yes, it sounds great.
Fantastic. Stay tuned.
Hi
YouTube, this is Danielle Hayden with the Hayden Group and Keller Williams Ann Arbor. We wanted to thank you for tuning in today. Don't forget, if you want more information like this, hit the subscribe button and toggle the little bell so that you get notified every time we upload new information. Whether you are a client, a buyer, or a seller, or whether you're a new agent and you're just trying to figure out what services to give as your value proposition, this video is going to give you some insight as to staging and what it does for your listings. So we're going to jump right in. Amy, will you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I've been in the interior design business for about 15 years now, and I assist clients with creating new space, enhancing their current space, and also staging your home. And so I help with colors, I help with rearranging things. It sometimes is difficult when you're living in your space to see what you should do with your space. And sometimes the smallest detail can make a really big impact. And when talking about staging, it can really help increase the saleability of your home just by purchasing small things or moving things around. And when you are talking about interior design and updating things, you don't always have to spend a ton of money. You don't have to change a whole space. You can spend a little money and make a big impact by doing very small things.
Now, see, that's very interesting to me because I think most people are under some sort of preconceived notion that interior design is something for the elite classes, something that you do when you have a lot of disposable income. But one of the things that I really enjoy about the idea of staging is your home is your greatest asset, right? It's your biggest investment. And if you are gearing up specifically to sell it, you've got to present it in the best light because it can literally, your presentation and your photos can literally increase your value from like $5,000 to $15,000 in my opinion.
It really can, and I've seen it happen through you guys, really. But it can. Sometimes when a home is not selling, and sometimes you get called in after it's been for sale for a while, and I can make very small changes within the budget of the client, and respecting their budget is always key. Also, their personality, it's their home, it's their peaceful place. And so you always have to respect budget and what their goal is. But making those changes, you can go back a few months later and the home has sold, and it's sold to make everyone happy, the client and you. And so it's really not a lot. It can be paint, it can be small accessories. It doesn't always have to be a huge budget.
So that's the other thing I think the consumer maybe misunderstands is when they think of staging, they think of either bringing in new material to their home and doing a full-on staging, almost like you're setting the stage for a play, right? Or they think of you're using their furniture and moving it around, maybe incorporating a few small pieces. But they don't realize that you also come in and consult for things like color choices and painting and hardware, is that correct?
Hardware, accessories, and paint. And paint can make a big difference. It really can. There's, and it's not. Another thing that you really get a lot of impact out is your lighting. So you can also change lighting, and lighting today is not near as expensive as it was years ago. So you don't have to be this elite, have this huge budget to make an impact. You can do very small things.
Your job almost is to go in, to know the parameters of the resources you've been given, and to make the most bang for the consumer's buck.
Yes, and I love to collaborate with the client, with the real estate agent, to what the goal is, to have a common goal so everyone's comfortable. The last thing you want to do is make your client uncomfortable. You want them to be comfortable, and even though they may be leaving a home or buying a new home, they want to feel really happy about it. And sometimes they've lived there for a very long time. So you can't go in and you don't want to create stress and upheaval for them. So you kind of gauge where they are and help with maybe what's current and small updates that make a very big impact.
Well, and that also brings up one of the conversations you and I have had in the past where, this is a tip for new agents out there. You may not want to be the person who has to tell your client,
Right.
This is not the optimal way for you to present your home. You need to declutter, you need to brighten things up, we need to get the bulbs to match. I mean, there's certain conversations you can have without creating a deficiency in the relationship. But sometimes the conversation that needs to be had, you don't want to damage that feeling of comfort between you and the person you're a fiduciary for. So this is where bringing in a third person is a great idea.
It is, and I'm very experienced with how to present it and gauging the client, gauging you, and making everyone feel comfortable. So I, thoroughly enjoy working with people and design. When I can bring those two things together, it's great.
So let me ask you this, what are the different types of staging typically available in real estate? Not necessarily the services you do, but what do people talk about when they talk about staging?
As far as the client or the agent?
Like if a client's watching this right now and they think, okay, I may be interested in staging. What options are typically available in the marketplace?
So there are a lot of different ones. There are some stagers and interior designers that bring in, and I do both, so I'm not just in staging, so I kind of work with whatever the goal is, but some of them have a lot of stock furniture, and they come in and they change everything. So
and most of the time that's a vacant house, right?
It usually is, yes. Now, I don't have the stock right now. I kind of have developed my business where I use their current space. If they have a budget, we may purchase things. We may, I have a very small amount of things that I loan out. People that do it ultimately just do staging, that's all they do. Some may have a storage unit full of furniture and beds and everything that they bring in. I don't have that type of business.
Right.
Mine is where I go in and work with really existing, and if sometimes they're open to purchasing things because they want to take it with them after. And so we will do that.
So that's
we might do a room, but a whole room redo. Okay, this room I really want to update it. I want to take it with me. Great. And we can do that.
Well, and so did you hear that? She said, some of the small pieces that you may be encouraged to purchase in order to stage your home. Guys, this is stuff you could take with you to the next house. So it's not like you're losing money on trying to present the house. It's actual material goods that you get to take with you, and they become your assets in a way. Okay, so we've got stagers who have, let's say, warehouses or storage units chock full of furniture, and for a more hefty fee, several $1,000s, they can then come in and stage your vacant home. Okay.
Right.
If the home is not vacant, they don't stage it with their furniture most of the time because they don't want that furniture to get damaged either.
Right.
That's their business
That's
inventory.
right.
And then we've got people like Amy, and this is a fantastic option if the home is not vacant and if the client already has some awesome furniture pieces and they just need to come in to reorganize, spruce it up, and really get that good energy when people walk through the door.
Right.
So this is what Amy does for my clients, and what I really appreciate. What kind of rates do you charge?
So I charge $65 an hour for my time. So that can be if you have me out shopping, if you have me we typically do a home consult at first, and then we go from there depending on their budget. Another thing is always, which you also know is important, and this doesn't always cost a lot of money, is creating the curb appeal too. So I also like to do that. Your entryway should be appealing and inviting and wanting people to come in. That doesn't cost a lot either, but it helps. So
I think NAR just put something out that said that if you have good curb appeal, it increases the value of your home by 7%.
I can imagine.
That pays for all your fees of selling a home.
And how many people, when they're looking for a home, what do they do first when you tell them, well, let's see, I'm going to go drive by before I go in. And so your curb appeal is really important, and you don't have to spend a lot of money on that also. You can create such an inviting wanting people to come in
Mhm.
and inviting them into your home. Oh, I want to go see it now. I want to see more. Sometimes if it's not out there, they might go to another home.
Mhm.
It's a big impression. It's a big
Absolutely.
impression.
Absolutely, and you're going to command the most money if you create the best first impression, because when you launch on the market, if you can take advantage of the first 3 to 5 days, maybe some open houses, but the
Especially.
first couple days that the listing's on the market, everybody dives in. They want to go and see that listing, and if you miss that first impression, you miss your largest pool of serious, urgent, ready, motivated buyers.
It's
You
really
don't want to miss
true.
that opportunity.
Right? Because everything's online. They go online, they look at the outside first. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Well, and they look at the photos.
They
And
look at the
honestly,
photos.
Honestly, and that's the thing. If you stage it that one time for the photos, you can keep it that way for maybe 3 to 5 days. You're going to have the best return on your investment.
You can. And I also will go when the photos are being taken. So if I consult someone on some suggestions, and then I go for the photo shoot so that we can see what it's going to look like. That someone has, okay, we've taken the suggestion, Amy, but is this what you had? Because sometimes they'll do it on their own. I can consult people if they want, or I can actually hands-on arrange it, depending on what their budget is, how many hours they want. But I am happy to go back and make sure it's how we want it to look when the photos are being taken.
Okay, all right, fantastic. So tell us a little bit now about your interior design services, and then we'll go
Okay.
into how people can get a hold of you.
Okay, so I really do a multitude of things. I do seasonal things for clients who just want holiday decor, but I've done all kinds of things: bathroom transformations, whole room transformations, paint, lighting, flooring, all of that. I also have contractors that I
was
have
just gonna
known
ask
for
you.
many, many years, and so they will assist me with larger projects.
And I'm sure if a name comes out of your mouth, it's a name you've vetted, your
It's-
clients love
I
them,
have,
you know they do good
and you
work.
really can bank on them. For
You
15
and
years,
you have
I've
to be
used
able to.
most of the same people. Really.
That's so key, you guys. Is
It's
make sure
very
that the
reliable. It's
Yeah.
very trustworthy, very reliable. We all want that when we have people coming in our home to do
Mhm.
work.
Absolutely. Okay, great. So how can people get a hold of you if they want
So,
more information?
My Gmail I have, which I can give to you, but my cell phone number. I don't have a website right now. I am on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm hoping to make a website. But today they tell me that you really need to just have Facebook and Instagram.
That's your website.
But I
That's your
have some media for you that I am
Yeah,
happy
absolutely.
to have you share. But Amy Cattell, my cell phone is 734-546-6475, and that's probably the easiest way. And then I can share email, and also you can find me on Facebook.
All right, fantastic. We're going to display all of Amy's contact information here. Thank you so much for staying tuned. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to go ahead and like this video, comment down below. Let us know if you have any questions. We can direct your questions straight to Amy as well and make sure that you get the answers you need about staging, interior design, and how it may affect the listing, buying, and selling process. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and hit that little notification bell so that you get instant notifications when additional videos come on the market, whether it's for local businesses that give great service like Amy, or new agent education, or just education in general about what it's like to buy or sell real estate. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Bye.